I'm Jerome Saclamana. I was born and raised in Nome, Alaska, and my parents are from King Island. When I was young, my father used to take us every summer to King Island, and we'd spend anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. Yeah. We were a very tight-knit community. We lived in one part of town, and we pretty much did everything together. We hunted together and camped together, eat on the beach together, Eskimo dance together. And that changed, due to modern times, and especially after the 1974 storm. We were scattered in the town of Nome after that, whereas before the storm, we lived at the east end of town. When my father was alive, I would follow him going walrus hunting on King Island and in the Bering Sea. The experience was great. In the boat there was usually my father and Edward McToyak Sr. and my uncles and my older brother. We'd start like in front of Cape Nome hunting, and as they migrate up north, we would follow them along the coast. We would go to Cape Willie, which is 50 miles up the coast from Nome, and hunt from there. And then as the open leads and in through the ice, we would go to King Island and hunt from there also. Walrus hunting is very important as far as our subsistence is concerned because of the enormous amount of meat and blubber, and of course the ivory which we carve. They sat on the floor and, with their tools within hand reach, and they just carved, with uncles and relatives and sons and fathers. You start by watching. They'd be carving, and then you watch. And, at some point they would ask you to, if you'd like to learn how to carve, or they would hand you a piece of ivory or a walrus tooth and round it off. Or in the high school, they had an art and culture class where they taught ivory carving, net making, skin sewing, sled building as an elective. So that's where I really got interested in carving ivory. I would make spending money in high school from carving. Yeah. I have a modern interpretation of, there's a traditional carvings where it's my own style. Some would say, like for instance, my shamans or my masks, they're a bit abstract. Some would say they're abstract carvings. But I try to stay as traditional as possible with my own input of how I see it. I have here is a whale shaman, and as you could see, There's a lower part is the whale, its mouth and eye, like there's a whale is standing, and then there's the back of the whale right here, which also is the back of the man shaman. And there's the baleen hair that is a spout, the whale's air spout. And I have here a dance mitten which has a sealskin trim, and he's holding on to a baleen drum. And I have here a mask with the spirit of the driftwood mask on the left side here. But this piece is transforming into a whale and back into a shaman. In the old days, there was a shaman in every village. Maybe there was more than one shaman, but he acted as a seer, and they were able to transform into other animals. They would ask him, like for instance, how the hunting season will be, and he would do there's a ceremonies to look into the future to see how the hunting season will be. Whether he used charms or a drum and he danced. I carve a shaman just as a representative of the past. It's a very good experience. They have a lot of patience, and they're a quick study. I'm amazed at how quick of a study they are. To dig right in and start to use motor tools and saws the way they do, and files. Look at other carvings. Look at pictures. Study what you want to carve. Like if I was going to carve a whale, I would study whales. Whether it be pictures or there's figurine or internet, and other carvings of whales. Over time you'll develop your own style of carving. It's important, to carry on the tradition of learning and carving ivory, even if it's just for a hobby. Because it goes back to the dawn of time when our people used ivory in everyday implements, harpoon heads, fasteners, net weights. To learn about who you are and where you come from. It's very important to get a good sense of yourself, your inner self, your soul of your native people.